Hey, you guys, welcome back.
And we back.
To the Brownie Sunday show. It's me, Cori.
It's me, Jalen.
And,
we at the crib.
We're at the crib now. It's easier.
So, I don't know if y'all knew that wasn't our crib.
No, we said it.
It was a set. It was a set. Did we?
We did. Because we said we were house sitting.
Oh, because of Bernie.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't claim the dog.
Bernie.
We couldn't claim him. We had to say
we
something.
claim him as like our nephew.
Yeah, he's
our
nephew.
What I mean? But
our furphew?
Our furphew. Yeah. But yeah. So now we're at home where, we can just pop up in the middle of the night, which is what we're doing right now.
Yes, it's cozier.
Psych, this is filmed on the day.
Lies.
So welcome back. Okay, so this is special because we are actually, we watched a documentary this time. Like, we've never done a documentary.
No, we haven't. And we haven't done a not music video as well.
A musical music. She called it a musical music video.
But it's not a music video.
Yeah. We watched J.Lo's documentary called This Is Me Now. And
no, that's the thing.
No,
This Is Me Now is the thing.
Oh, This Is Me Now is the thing. Okay,
is the musical, that's the not musical video thing.
The documentary is called The Greatest Love Story Never Told. Okay, that's what it was. Okay, so we watched those.
But also, it's weird because This Is Me Now is in The Greatest Love Story Never Told.
Right, because it's behind the scenes of this. That.
So it's all together.
That's what she did say it was meta. So, yeah.
I don't know about meta.
I'm saying what J.Lo said.
I know.
That's what she said.
Jalen is saying he doesn't know about meta. It seems like we already had cameras here.
But look.
Why not devote 2 or 3 to a documentary?
Well, really quick, before we get into that, I just want to talk about something that's really important to me right now. I want to talk about seasonal allergies.
Oh, okay.
I'm serious. Okay.
Yeah, they are a problem.
Because in case I have to clear my throat or something, it's because these allergies have gotten out of control.
They have.
Okay. And I thought it was just me. Remember, I got really sick like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But it wasn't sick. It was allergies times 10. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was maybe COVID, but it wasn't COVID because it wasn't COVID-like symptoms. It was just really severe allergy symptoms. I was in the bed sick on my birthday. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then fast forward, you got sick, but it wasn't sick. You had you were sneezing, coughing, runny eyes, but then you were weak. Mm-hmm. Then I felt it, but it was when my allergens were in the environment after yours had left. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't just me. There have been reports that seasonal allergies will continue to get worse and worse because of climate change. Mm-hmm. So not only is it getting hotter outside and tornadoes and, sea levels are rising and earthquakes and tsunamis and, but now you just can't even breathe right when you go outside.
Yes.
So that's all. I just wanted to point that out. It's just a problem.
It is an issue. It is an issue.
Let's get into this documentary. Let's talk about the documentary first and then go into the actual or they'll mesh. You know what? They're meld.
It's a meta experience.
Because they do meld anyway, right?
Yeah. I say first thoughts on documentary. It made me feel like something I've seen before. Only because it is something that I've seen before. The whole behind the scenes, let's make a music video thing. So I was...
It seems like something I've seen before because it's something I've seen before. We have.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of artists have done it.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, specifically hers, to me, felt like it was trying to be... It's like, I think... If you go into something with an energy of greatness, you kind of miss the great moments or what will make it great because you're so focused on it being great. You see what I'm trying to say?
I see.
So if you're so it has to be a certain way, you miss what could have organically happened.
Okay, and what do you mean by greatness? Because I think, I'm trying to make sure I understand you because in one way, you go into something with greatness, you want everything to be precise, you want everything to be you know, the music to be right, the lighting to be right, the wardrobe, right? But you mean something else.
Well, when I say greatness, I mean specifically the collective positive opinion of
that's
someone
what I'm.
else.
That's why I wanted you because I had a feeling that's what you were saying, but I was like not sure.
So yeah, I think that that kind of tarnished it. I feel like it could have been. I think it had an opportunity to have a lot of heart, and then I feel like we got like a third of the heart as opposed to a full heart because it was a love story.
Yeah, let's talk about why specifically.
Yeah, okay.
And I have some points.
I want to talk about from. I don't know the order. It's just
let me throw something out.
Yeah, I'm talking about. I don't know the order of this movie or the.
No, doc. We'll just throw out.
I don't know. I was gonna say at the beginning. I don't know. But I think the main thing I want to talk about is I feel that there was an opportunity for us to see this woman for who she is. And I think she just showed us another mask. And I think that's the biggest like takeaway for me.
Yes, okay. I feel like she did at certain points. She did show us.
That's a good point. I agree with that.
But it was still, it's like, okay, it's like a vault, like a safe or something, like in a movie where, like an Indiana Jones film, where first you have to get past, you know, maybe, you know, the fire ants. Then you have to get past a really steep wall with a heavy drop, like a drop down like 1,000 feet if you don't know that it's there, you know, and at the bottom are spikes. You know what I'm saying? Like there's all these levels. And I feel like she like kind of opened up a few of them and let us get only so far. And then sometimes we were able to glimpse over and see like, oh, okay, this is really what she's feeling. But then it was we were shut out again, you know? And so I want to give specific examples. So I want to talk about this. Specifically how we, you know, like experience that. One is, okay, the one that everybody's talking about online. When she was working out and she had her hair like all like crazy and she was like, this reminds me of when I was, you know, a little 16-year-old in the Bronx, you know, running up and down the block, you know, just full of dreams and, you know, just goals, and I just didn't care. And I was like, okay, people online were just saying how like your hair, just messing up your hair doesn't mean like, I get what she was saying. The sentiment is like I was just wild and free, but at the same time it like felt like she was trying to be like, look at me, I'm just human, I have messy hair days. But it's like that's not what makes you just human, is messy hair days. It's more than that. And then when I found out, apparently when somebody said that was like done, that was 12 takes that she did that was like staged of her saying that, then it took it all away. I was like, so it's not authentic. You know what I mean?
Well, I feel that who is this woman behind this documentary? You know? Because I think for so long we've gotten the veil of this person. And I want to also say, we're not owed anyone's story. And I'm not saying that we are.
No.
However, when you tell us that you're going to tell your story, albeit crazy for us to expect your story.
Yeah.
So, as far as the project itself, I did want to say a couple things I did like. A couple of things. One of the things was the fact that she went and she made something on her own.
Yes.
I feel like a lot of people from her class of celebrity don't do that.
Yeah.
At all.
And put themselves out there.
Was it Leaves Schreiber that you're talking about? And how he was saying that he wishes that he did more of his own, like, what did he say? Like more of his own passion project or something like that? Yeah. So I do commend her for that. However, I think where it missed me or where I feel like it could have improved was I think an art is only as good or can be as good as it's understood by whoever's making it, right? Like if you know what you're doing, like for instance, even this podcast, right? Because we've done it enough times, we know how to make at least a decent show. I'm not gonna say it's good. It's good. Caught you. Make a great show, right, you know, right. Because we've been working.
You know what your goal is. You know what your
yeah,
aim is.
yeah.
Where,
So when I feel like your goal or theme is to be the best, it's kind of hard or honestly impossible to attain because the best is always changing. Because we're not in a dance forward society now. I'm saying as in like celebrities and singers and it's on TikTok and Instagram and like normal people are dancing. Normal people, they're normal people. They just have money and they in front of a camera, just like me.
Yes.
But anyway, you know what I'm saying? But we don't see like, oh yeah, we went. That celebrity went and they just, or that singer she went or he went and they just, we got Usher.
And Beyonce.
And Beyonce.
Yeah, we got a few people. Sierra, but I get what you're saying.
Handful.
I get what you're saying. Okay.
Because back in the day, if you watch anything old before CGI,
oh yeah,
they had to have it.
Everyone had to.
It's either you got it or you don't got it. You had to be able to
That's do tap, jazz, ballet, and modern.
Like when you show me Singing in the Rain,
yes.
When my brain exploded.
I love that movie.
I was like,
we would do that movie one day. Which there was a scene of Singing in the Rain in the J.Lo musical movie. There was a Singing in the Rain inspired.
Yeah, I just forgot about the scene.
I see what you're saying. What were you saying about being dance forward? I didn't get where that was going.
Well, I'm saying our society isn't we're not expecting our musicians to dance. Oh, I see.
Okay.
So I think that because of that, there's a lot of showmanship that J.Lo puts forward. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think we don't care.
We don't appreciate it anymore.
Yeah, we don't appreciate it anymore.
I see.
You know what I'm saying? In the way that we used to.
Okay.
But why do you think that is? Like I said, is a question because I don't really know. But there is a shift.
There is a shift. People dance, but like you said, people don't dance no more. All they do is this. I don't know. Like, but I will say that is one thing I did appreciate about the musical part of it was that it was like music videos.
What is it?
The age of music videos, because music videos are different now. Remember, like you said,
they are.
Music videos used to be, you always had to dance. There was a choreographed number, and everyone was tight.
Numbers.
And in unison. Right, numbers. There was lots of choreography.
Yeah.
And you learned that dance, and now it's not so much, right?
Yeah.
But I did appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? And even her sound wasn't super like modern or trendy. Honestly, I did appreciate that too. And I feel like that's what that was for, is for the people who grew up with that sound to be like, okay, this is her now, but she still has this sound that has seemingly, it doesn't feel old. You get what I'm saying? Like it could seem stale and old. Like if somebody did maybe a disco, how someone did something maybe an old genre, they could make it sound fresh, or it could sound old. But somehow you have to still make it sound current, and that's what's cool about it. I feel like that's what she did, and that's what I did appreciate about it. Is it kind of just the whole like when music videos just used to be something you looked forward to. It like had a story kind of in there. It had there were colors. There are like pyrotechnics maybe. There's just, so much to see.
Is the word fanfare?
Yes.
Is that the word?
Yes. Yeah. There's fanfare.
Yeah.
There's just, it entertains you. Like, you're not just watching people stand somewhere and just be like, just stand and be like.
Right? So, as everyone knows, Denzel Washington is one of my favorite people that's ever walked the earth. Even though we do have some discrepancies on some of the things that he didn't do. But not the point. One thing he did say, he was saying, what is the symptom or what will happen when we get too much information at a time? And I feel like the wonderment of celebrity being like evaporating completely is a part of that, thing. Sense. Like I think that's happening now. Because now I know too much about Will Smith.
Yeah.
I didn't even read the book. And I know too much. I know things that should never have left his bedroom.
Oh my gosh.
I should know these things.
Here's the thing. I think with everything in life, and this goes back to like J.Lo's whole documentary, right?
Yeah.
Certain things you can do and share as much as you want to as a human being,
Absolutely.
right? That is totally up to you. But I feel like one of the things about life that you kind of start to learn is that things in moderation are much better than too little and too much. And it's hard. It seems like in a world where everything is either you have excess or you have scarcity, which is literally how our society is designed, right?
Absolutely.
That it never feels that way, right?
Mhm.
Even with like money, suddenly you may have, you know, windfall, you're making good money, and then it seems like all of a sudden you don't have enough. With food, it's like we have holidays, we have these things where it's like, oh, we have too much food, and then or people just have a lot of food that they waste, and then you have people who have no food, who are hungry and like literally starving, you know. It just feels like it's always polar opposites. So when you can have moderation, even though it sounds like, oh, boring, moderation actually, I feel like, makes you feel like adjusted and comfortable. And so that goes with how much you share. I think it's great to be vulnerable and share things with people, but I also think there are some things. It's like, just because you share things about yourself doesn't mean now you have to share everything. And just because you keep things doesn't mean you have to keep everything, right? It's a balance. So with her documentary, I just feel like I kind of got to know who she was. I did get to know who she was. Like when she talked about her family, you know, her relationship to her parents and her siblings, that's a lot. That tells you a lot.
But where were
She
her
did share a lot.
kids?
But yeah, she didn't share her children. So I thought that was interesting because she did have her daughter in the Super Bowl performance. She
Yeah.
came out and sang.
Yeah.
But she didn't show her life now. So she's talking about, this is where I feel like she missed the mark. This is me now, or the greatest love story never told, whatever. It was about her journey towards loving herself and getting over this breakup and getting out of all these relationships. It was more about her love life. But I wanted to know, like, where is J.Lo with her as far as her kids go? What is her relationship with her children? I wanted to maybe see, because again, like I said, she's okay with sharing her children. If she wasn't okay with that, I'd be like, no, don't have your kids out there on film. But she is okay with that, seemingly. What is, or I wanted her to talk about it. She don't even have to show the kids. She just didn't even talk about her relationship with the kids. The only time she did mention them was when she said her greatest fear is not being a good enough parent.
Yeah.
So she did share that that's a fear, but she didn't talk about her relationship with her son, relationship with her daughter. What is her relationship with her parents now?
I think
she talked about. Let me just finish this really quick. She talked about her relationship with her parents and her siblings growing up, but she didn't talk about, like, where are you now? Where are you in terms with your father? Have you guys gotten that relationship better? Your mom, your sisters, cousins, friends, high school, like nobody from her past. So I was like, this is me now seem lonely, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, what were you gonna say?
it was a documentary. It was a big marketing. It was like an hour-long commercial for the other thing.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at it from that lens,
Yeah,
then
that's a good point.
everything that was in it is geared toward you watching that.
You're right.
So it just makes me, I guess, unsettled, I guess is the word.
Yes,
I guess the
yes.
word is unsettled.
Yes, you
And
feel unsettled after.
because I think
I felt unsettled.
so often in life, we are told that people are telling us the truth about themselves, or like who they are. And in this day and age where authenticity is currency now, like especially with among celebrities, because I think they feel it's slipping away too.
Yeah.
And I think that, and to be authentic is to be at your most relatable or your most vulnerable. Like, I am like you because I do X, Y, and Z like you, right? So when you watch this documentary and you don't see similarities between us and her, it makes me feel that she thinks she's different from us because she's not.
I definitely think she thinks we're different
showing anything that's similar
that
to
was relatable at all.
You know what I'm trying
Aside
to say?
from, this reminds me of when I was 16 in the Bronx.
Yeah.
My hair was messy. Yeah, it's like
it's giving what is it, out of touch with the people.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Okay, thank you. That's the best way of putting it. And I feel like something that illustrates that is, okay, the fact that I found this to be a little bit annoying, but also kind of upsetting maybe, was that the whole thing, like I said, is supposed to be about the greatest love story never told, right? And Ben Affleck did make a comment about that. He's like, well, if it's the greatest love story never told, once you talk about it, it's told, right? Because one of the things she did do that was cringe for me was she had a box or a book that he made of
I think
all,
she made it over the
oh, okay,
years of the things that he gave
all the
her.
letters
I
and
think.
emails that they'd ever shared, written to each other and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And he, you know, obviously has written her very affectionate letters and stuff. And she was just like, yeah, you know, and it's a book. And I put it out and everyone was like, oh my gosh, I need to see this. And she's like, go ahead, look at it. And he kind of talked about like, he's like, yeah, she told me that she just had it out and people are like looking at, because those are your personal, you're writing a love letter to someone.
Yeah.
You're not expecting for people to be reading it unless maybe you go, hey, okay, look at this like letter, maybe. But most times you share it's for you.
Yeah. Well, I feel
for you and the other person. So
it
was like,
reminded me a lot of theater school.
oh my gosh.
So I know you've experienced this with other young artists when you were a young artist yourself.
Mm-hmm.
There is that desire to be the one that was the most vulnerable or the one that showed the most.
Stop.
You know what I'm saying?
Stop.
Like I was the one that showed the most of my scars in class today.
Oh my
you know what I'm
gosh,
trying to say?
yes. I poured the most of my soul into this poem.
You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And you can tell when that's the energy because she seemingly is always a little bit outside of the experience.
Okay.
She's not fully sitting in.
She's kind of watching other people experience, like she's experiencing watching other people experience what she's experiencing.
Yeah, it's like, that's meta. Now the whole...
She's like, look at everyone looking at those letters that Ben wrote me. Yeah, that's right. Eat it up.
Yeah.
He loves me. He loves me so much. Check it out. Look at it.
See? So I just think that it's going to be a very long time before we ever know who she is. if we do.
I don't think we'll ever really know.
I mean,
and that's her. That's her choice.
What about the memoir?
That's her choice.
But
don't try to tell us like you showing yourself, and then but you really not. Like that's the thing. Don't be like I'm sharing myself, but you're really not sharing yourself. You can not share yourself, and we don't need to know who you really are. We don't have to know. You don't have to share that. But don't be like, yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then it's like, did they buy it? Because that's how I kind of felt like she was doing. Was like, are they feeling for me? And Jane Fonda mentioned that too.
Mm-hmm.
She was, because she made a cameo, and she made a cameo in the documentary and the musical video.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of saying like, but you know, when you come from a place of where you are like, you know, people are gonna look at it kind of as, I guess, not saying that she doesn't have anything to complain about, because you know, celebrities have problems too. But it kind of, I guess, was reading maybe to, I'm not gonna put words in her mouth. I'm gonna say to me, it kind of read like, look at me, like I suffered in this way 20 years ago with it, but now everything is great, you guys. Like we're so in love. So, but I really suffered. Like it's all about like how she's trying to make this love story seem just epic. You know what I mean? Like, and it can be epic for you. It is epic. You were together with this man. You were planning to get married. Your wedding, you called it off. Whoever called it off, which there was discrepancies there too. There were so many different versions and things they said. I was like, what really happened? You called it off 3 days before the wedding. That's heartbreaking, right? That's embarrassing. And then now, 20 years later, you all have had different experiences. You've had families of your own. You came together. That's beautiful in and of itself. But it did feel like, and Jane Fonda did say, it's going to seem like you're shoving it down our throats and trying to prove how in love you are. Mm-hmm. And that is what it felt like. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Yeah. And on that lovely note, we're going to take a break.
Okay. That was fast. That went fast. Visit Monroe and Ivy on Etsy today.
Hello again, everyone. We are back. I don't know. That was kind of British, but kind of not. I didn't commit. So for the second part, we wanted to talk about This Is Me Now, right?
I guess.
Is that the right thing?
Yes.
Because the other one was the greatest love story never told that we now have heard. So it has been told. And the title is no longer valid. So First thoughts on this was I did like it better.
Yeah, I did too.
I
It was
that.
like you said, it was fanfare.
Yeah.
It was entertaining.
Yeah.
It was,
but as far as knowing what happened,
yeah, it was disjointed.
And where I was, and who I was, and who
it didn't
was
have
there.
a solid through line. It was like
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why do you think it didn't have a through? Okay? I guess the point was, do you think it was supposed to have a through line, or was it just supposed to be just like, here's a bunch of scenes together?
I mean, it could have been stronger. I don't know how.
I don't know.
I don't know how, but
for me, I think the main thing that would have helped it would have been committing to one or the other.
What do you mean?
Because it wasn't a movie, it wasn't a music video,
okay,
and it wasn't a musical. There was just like our triple threat. There was 3 different things it could have been, and it wasn't any of them good. It wasn't a movie. It wasn't a good movie. It wasn't a good music video. And then what was the third one? It wasn't a good. What was the last thing?
Musical. It wasn't
musical.
It
wasn't a musical
either. Yeah, that's
so
right.
I think
it didn't know what it wanted to be. That's true.
But I think
that's a good point.
I think all art has the energy of whoever made it, whatever it is. So, because it was her first time really trying to get out there like that,
I see.
I think she hasn't taken the time to cultivate her artistic voice. So when she was speaking, she herself didn't know exactly what she was saying.
Well, Ben Affleck did say that about he alluded to that when he was saying, he was telling her something and he was like, well, you've never done this process before and, knowing.
Yeah, he was talking about the movie process or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. Because she was worried about edits or
how it will come together. She's like, it's going to fail. He's like, it's just a process. It all has to come together.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. So it just really makes me look at celebrity different just as a whole. Because in my little head, celebrities are being their most authentic self. And that's what made them who they are, is they cultivated this whoever, even if J.Lo's a persona. I cultivated this persona. Mm-hmm. I've been X, Y, and Z for X, Y, and Z. And now I'm this. Even if I'm only this on stage.
Right. I see what you're saying.
But now I'm starting to really see just how few of them took that time, specifically artistically, to figure out what their artistic voice was because they were so busy following the machine.
Yeah, the machine was... Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Telling them what to do and whatever it is.
Because we talked about this before. I'm like...
what music you're going to do. Or...
if I had millions of dollars...
yeah.
You couldn't stop me from making anything.
Right.
What do I need a fucking studio for?
Which is like you said, that I will... we do give props to her for that. Yeah. She couldn't get she had a deal. They kept saying a deal on paper. We had a deal on paper. Because when it was paper, that ink, it's expensive.
Can be shredded.
It's supposed to be, it's like serious when it's on paper.
Yeah.
But then the offer was taken back. So she had to, and everybody was telling her, you cannot fund this for yourself. This is the kiss of death when you fund your own film. And it's like, but why? Yeah. But she did. Kudos to her for that. She did it herself, which, like you said, you got to give it to her. It's like, that was gutsy.
Yeah.
But yeah, why is it a kiss of death? For you to, it means someone else didn't believe in you enough to give you the money. So you're like a loser because you paid for it yourself. That's stupid.
It's dumb, and I think it all has to do with
perception.
Perception and the how you say it, like the A-list, the list.
Yeah.
Because like if I'm on an A-list and I put my money out there and my movie flops, then another A-lister they be like, well, I don't know if I should work with him because last time he was in the movie, the critics didn't like it, the crowd didn't like it. Which is stupid. So now I don't know if I want to try. But it's like, when you have money,
yes,
fucking do it. Just fucking do it. Whatever it is.
Yeah. Exactly. Isn't that what we all want? To just have the money to do whatever that thing is that you want to do.
Just fucking do it.
And then when you get the money, they're like, oh, but it's taboo. You can't be paying for your own projects. What?
So you don't put the money in the grave with you? You gonna make a product in the next life? You gonna fund it then?
Buy another car. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Home. I want to add this to that. Oh, it's slipping away. One thing Dang it, I forgot. I lost it.
All right.
Go ahead.
It'll come back. Right?
It'll come back, hopefully. Oh, I do. Okay, here it is. All right. So one thing though, when J.Lo was talking about putting yourself out there and doing your own project, when the casting, whoever was in charge of casting, was going through all the list of the names of people that they asked that J.Lo wanted to be in the film, and who said no, and she's like, I get it. It's scary. No one wants to put themselves out there. That is one thing where I was like, okay, I get it. You're putting yourself out there, and girl, kudos to you. That is for real. Like, yes, you did it. You put yourself out there. But now you're talking about because other people don't want to be in your project that they are afraid to put themselves out there. Put themselves out there how? It's another gig. It's just for an A-lister. Like J.Lo's an A-lister. Yeah. They're A-listers. Why is it if they don't want to be in it, they don't want to put themselves out there?
Well, it's delusions of grandeur.
Yeah, it was like
my project is the best product that ever was come together, and because they don't want to try it with me, I think she was trying to say,
right, it's too, like, this project is too groundbreaking. It's just too out there, and people can't conceptualize, can't wrap their brains around it. And it's like, no, girl, they just don't want to do it. And she finally kind of did say that. She's like, you know, when actors are nervous about a project, or they don't think the script is good, or just whatever feeling about it, they'll say they're not available. And she's like, I know, because I've done that before. So it's like, so yeah, they just don't want to be in it. Don't try to act like people are just... You know, Anthony Ramos, he's like, what is the media going to say? You know, he doesn't want to do it anymore. And he's just like, but what the fuck are we doing if we care about the media? Girl, please do not try to pretend that you have went your whole career of 20-some years and
Didn't
you don't
she turn
care
the comments off
about
now?
what the media is saying. Yes, she's sending cease and desist.
That's what it was.
To YouTubers.
That's what it was.
And TikTokers for showing clips of her and for criticizing this project. So you do care about the media, what they say.
That is what it... Okay. That is what it is to be a goddamn artist.
Yes.
That's what it is, no matter what art.
Yeah.
Like, oh... Well,
you're putting yourself out there.
But they didn't love me. No. Not every time. All right, let me calm down.
Again, to quote Lee Schreiber, remember he said that too, is like, one of the things that he wish he could do better is just not care about making a fool of himself, because he's like, to be an actor, you kind of have to be willing to make a fool of yourself.
Absolutely.
Because if you're trying to be like perfect or whatever, like, it just limits you. And I totally believe that. And that doesn't mean make a fool of yourself, meaning do something that's against your morals or what your boundaries. No, that's not, because people will try to use that to like, you're just being like, you're not being free enough. Like, free yourself and get naked. Okay. Right. It's like, that's what they'll try to say.
Welcome to the casting
about couch. That is legit. But being vulnerable and okay to be a fool of yourself, meaning getting so caught up in and wrapped up in the emotion of the scene that it's so real that you're really living it, you know, really letting go of everything else. And so yeah, I just wanted to say that. Right. So you're right. You have to be vulnerable. You have to be vulnerable in a way, especially as a music artist.
Yeah. I mean, as an artist in general. As an actor.
As an actor, you are the character. But when you're a musician, you usually talk about your life. Most of their music is personal, deeply personal. That's a good point. Yeah, but go ahead.
I just think that, did she forget that they're showing business? Did you forget that part?
Maybe.
Because
maybe
here I am. You know how many? Do you know how many things that I have released that no one is giving a fuck about?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know how many things?
Do you know how many things I haven't released because I care too much about what people gave a fuck about?
People don't care. Okay, and also this. I had to really think about this shit too. This is something I thought about, like, I probably said like a month ago or so.
Okay.
What's the most famous actor you can think of? Like,
Halle Berry.
Perfect. Halle Berry. I'm gonna go with Will Smith.
Okay.
Right. So there are 8 billion people.
About him earlier.
Yeah, no, whatever. It's whatever.
Okay.
He's just using it as a fame. He's a fame.
He's a fame. Okay.
Okay. So there are 8 billion people on this planet, right? And we just named 2 of them: Will Smith and Halle Berry.
Yes.
Right. Out of the 8 billion people, there are going to be billions of people who will come here and leave here and never know of their existence.
That's true. That's true.
Not just watch their work. I'm saying literally never know they ever existed.
Right. Because I don't know who Preeti Ajaragandhi is.
That's what I'm saying.
And she exists somewhere.
That's what I'm saying. So,
but I don't know
from
her.
that perspective, you were always only talking to a small part of the world.
That's true.
Even when you're at your most famous, you're still only talking to like this much of the world.
Yeah, because there's still people who don't know who you are.
That's what I'm saying.
There's no possible way for everyone to know.
It's impossible for you to. If everyone didn't know Jesus, everyone won't know J.Lo. That is how that works. That's how it works.
Spoken like a true former Christian.
Former.
This is what you start. You're like, if people don't know Jesus, the Lord and Savior of this earth, then they not gonna know. That's how you sound.
Also, shameless plug. We will be playing a pastor and a deacon.
Yes.
In the near future.
Yes, we will.
We want to tell you the name of it.
In our own self-funded project. Ha ha. Look.
Ha ha. And guess what?
J.Lo taught us.
There's going to be a lot of motherfuckers that won't watch it.
Exactly.
A lot of y'all will be here and not there.
But you know.
But I'll be there.
We will say at the end of our lives, we made that.
Yeah.
And we did it.
Yes, we
did.
did.
Even if no one watched it.
Even if no one watched it.
Because you do get a sense of, you do get something like from when you have an idea and you make it come to life. Whether it's good or bad, honestly, I feel like it's a win-win. And I know other people will say, no, because the critics, critics can say whatever they want to say. And yes, when there's money involved, people are upset and people want you to get, it's
a different thing.
However, for your personal self, anytime you do something, even if it's a fail, you are going to grow. You're going to learn from it. So then you're only setting yourself up to do better next time.
Absolutely.
Because you're like, okay, I see where I could change this. I see where this was da-da-da. That's literally the only way human beings learn. Yeah. We didn't all just one day just stand up and just walk. We crawled, we rolled around, we stood up, fell down, we held on to stuff. And then one day when we finally did it enough times, holding on to something and seeing everybody else walking around, we said, let me try it. And then we still fell. Mm-hmm. Because we had to get our balance. Mm-hmm. But we don't do anything unless we actually try it. And that's what we all have to get better at. It's being okay with failing. Failing is actually like the next step in succeeding.
Yeah, because what exactly is failure? It is the outcome that I currently have is not the one that I expected. Not necessarily the one that won't be the best for me.
Yeah.
It's the one I didn't expect. So back to J.Lo. When it comes to critics, this is right to J.Lo. I'm going to give it to her right here. I don't know if she'll ever see this, but I'm going to tell her.
What if she does?
Guess what, J.Lo? Your whole career, you know they are paid to shit on you, right? That's part of their job. The critics.
Oh, okay.
That's part of their job.
Yeah.
So trying to impress them or to consistently have them on your team is impossible because in order for them to keep their job, they must shit on you.
Right.
Okay. I just had to put that out there.
Yeah. And okay, I have a question.
Yes.
So I'm kind of torn between this. I know she was having a tour, a concert. I know the tickets aren't selling well. I'm just saying, I'm just putting that out there. The tickets they're not selling.
It's not funny that the tickets aren't selling. It's funny how you delivered that. That's what made me laugh.
No, but this goes into what I'm saying. So before they knew that, that's why I wanted to say, we're talking about failure.
Allergies, everyone.
We're talking about failure.
Yeah.
So she basically made the documentary to go with the musical film because these were songs that she was also going to probably do at the concert, right? The tour. So it all feeds into one another, and there's nothing wrong with that. But do you feel, she was saying in the movie, she was like, nobody's asking for another J.Lo album. Nobody's asking for this movie, but I want to do it. Do you feel like something happened, like something just changed in her, or she was like, you know what, I really do want to do something of my own. Like I've been told by so many people to stand here, do this, look this way, da-da-da, and it still hasn't gotten me the critical acclaim that I've wanted. So now I'm just going to do it myself. Or do you feel like it was because she was like it really was because she was trying to like secretly kind of still appeal and come back and be like, look, everyone, you missed out and now I'm back and I'm better than ever. So which one do you feel? Do you feel like she was like, F everybody, I'm going to do this? Or was it like, I need a new, fresh audience. I need the people to remember that the girl still got it. And I need that validation. Because Ben Affleck did say that for her, there will never be enough followers. There will never be enough concerts or movies or songs or anything that will fill that emptiness that she feels. Like, so which one?
I really hoped going into it
Gosh.
that it was for her own expression.
Well, you say
you know?
hoped. Okay.
I hope that because
Okay.
I'm like, cool. Because like when we saw, like when Rihanna had her anti-album, I'm like, oh, cool, Rihanna.
Okay.
And then we saw like Beyonce had Lemonade. We're like, okay, cool, Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? And then Tinashe had whatever her album title is. I don't know. Same thing. But like we're actually seeing these artists for who they see themselves as, right? So
I see.
I thought that's what it was gonna be. But then when we got into it and we see just how worried she is about how it's going to be received.
Yeah, okay.
It's you see part. That it's not, for artistic. Like, because let's put it this way. We love y'all, but fuck y'all. Because if you don't watch it, it's still going to be there. I'm not going to not make it.
Oh my god.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to not make it.
I get what you're saying.
Because her whole thing, and then also this, the little, what is it, the cherry on top? Little cherry? When she start ceasing desisting.
Yeah. That's, yeah.
Because if it is, okay.
Yeah, I get what you're.
Embrace. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just agreeing.
Embrace that you have your audience and those are the people that will stand for you. And speak to them. Don't worry about the rest of us. Because we don't care. We're not going to like it anyway.
You know what? I think it's really, really more difficult. Actually, I won't even say, I don't know if it's more or less, but especially difficult when you've always been on top.
Yeah.
If you've always been popular, right? Then you're going to be less likely to want to do something that's going to be considered not popular than somebody who's already an outcast. Those are the people who are like, I'm going to dress, different and I'm going to wear my hair different because they're like, you already make fun of me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then the popular kids are always the ones, in like you hear about it later or in the movies or the TV show. It's like they want to do something like High School Musical.
Yeah.
They want to do something different, but it's like, no, but you on a basketball team. You can't be doing musicals.
What High School Musical? you said like High School Musical, like it's just in the house. Like,
I'm just saying,
about it all the time.
I just first thought of it. It was like
that was so
Troy
funny.
was like, I don't know, I'm supposed to be cool and play basketball. You know what I mean? I think when you're popular, it's just more pressure to continue to be popular. So you got to continue to do everything. It's way more pressure. Way more pressure. So J.Lo has always been on top.
But when will you
always been on top? But so she can't let it go. She can't get out of her head.
But when will you enter your fucking 50s? When do you get your time to not care?
I know, but that just shows that I guess that growth, that things like that happen at any age. It's not guaranteed at a certain age.
Yeah,
it's more like your experiences.
Because my thing is like, bruh, lady, bruh. It's like you have $400 million. Yeah. Let's put it this way. How much I got in my account? Less than y'all need to know. Well, how about that? But I'm still gonna put some shit out. I don't care. Okay.
But I get what you're saying.
But I understand what you're saying about the whole popular thing.
But yeah, look at it from her perspective. She's like,
we have to embrace that even the brightest star still dies. That's the truth.
Oh damn,
that's the truth.
Word.
Let's put it this way.
That's a word.
If I say Denzel Washington, not everybody knows who that it is anymore.
Right.
That's not someone
the younger crowd.
That's not someone that just like, oh
like
yeah.
Like me, who's 22. The younger crowd. I just found out.
Now you're pulling a J.Lo?
I just found out who Denzel was.
Now you're pulling a J.Lo now?
Right, but she was
you weren't 22 at the time.
In the documentary, she's like, so young woman, she's 28 years old, and she falls in love. And Ben Affleck was like, you weren't 28. She's like, no, but you were. You were 28.
Okay.
And it's like, okay.
But
he was 28.
So it's...
No, I get what you're saying.
When your whole validation comes from something that's out of your control, you will always be volatile. there is no possible way of you resting.
Yeah. Like you say, you have to be secure in who you are and the things the things she was trying to sell us in the movie, which was, I'm now in love with myself and I'm happy. And it's like, but are you? Because she should have given less fucks about, but it is $20 million.
So what's happiness?
I think she was worried no one would buy it.
But my thing is,
that's what it was. She was worried no one would buy it.
My thing is this.
Which is valid. That's valid.
Then, for your first artistic expression,
released on YouTube,
maybe let's not worry about critical acclaim and just release it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? We have y'all gonna have to watch it. Is it up? It's up. Broadway House. It's up there.
Oh, yeah.
Broadway House. Re-release that in the middle of a pandemic.
Yes.
To 0 critical acclaim. 0.
Yeah.
But guess what? It's up there.
It's up there.
And we making something else.
It's up there.
I'm gonna put a wig on this time.
Just keep making things.
That's what I'm saying.
But I mean, it's 20. I mean, but if you
then
have
don't spend that much money.
450. Did you have 450 million?
400. But
400 million. Then you spilled 20 million. You still.
But
got
then
a lot
don't
of
spend that much money on it.
Yeah, that is a lot. That was a lot.
Because it's like, okay, she's like, everything got to be studio ready. Why?
I see what you're saying.
We don't even, this didn't even make it to a theater.
Yeah.
The only people that saw it in the theater were those that saw it at a premiere. Everyone else saw it at home or on their phones. Maybe
released a single video at a time.
That wouldn't matter.
But no, I'm saying then she wouldn't have spent so much money. So let's
you're talking about money.
Yes.
Yes.
So she's
money,
like,
yes.
Okay, this is my concept for the whole thing.
Yeah.
But how about we just film each part? I want to definitely film this for sure. I want to film this video. Just film that and release it. See how it does. Then you can go and be like, okay, now let's film the other parts.
Yeah.
And keep, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I mean,
maybe that's what she should have done. I don't know.
I just don't know. There's so many indie things that have been made.
That's true, for less money.
For so much less money.
You know what? Yeah. I mean, she's got...
Get Out was made for like $2 million.
She's got caviar champagne taste, Jalen. Okay? I'm just saying, that's why it costs so much.
I mean, I get it.
Okay?
I get it.
That's why it costs so much.
I get it? Because
that's why. That's what you want.
If you put so much money in something, then you're afraid to try it again. Now we're gonna be the next. This Is Me Now is gonna be in what?
This Is Me. ... Forever.
Oh God. J.Lo Forever.
That's next.
That's all.
J.Lo Forever.
It's like the superheroes. It's like J.Lo returns.
The third one is
J.Lo
always forever. Yes. Okay, that's it.
J.Lo Forever.
But
so we are wrapping up time-wise.
Okay, I just want to. How much time do we have left?
We got a minute 40.
Okay, how about for the next piece, can we address some of the rumors?
Sure. No, this is it. This is the end of the episode.
No. No, this is only.
Okay.
This is only 50 minutes. We can do an hour.
Sure. All right. Okay. I guess.
I just want to talk about some of the rumors.
All right. Well, then I guess we'll be back.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys don't know what you were missing out on, man. I used to cook a mean frittata. It was ages ago, well before those automated ovens and 3D printed delicacies. You had to have some skill to make moves in the kitchen. If you didn't, well, you ate microwave noodles or frozen pizza.
I don't eat, and that makes me want to vomit.
Yeah, I'll pass on that. Frozen food sounds like an oxymoron.
Exactly. Alright, fellas. I'm approaching Canna Planet now. God, I hate this place. Here I am. And I'm landing now. Landing. And... How many times must we come here? A whole moon dedicated to the consumption of the mind-numbing, mean and green marijuana. What the hell is a canna planet anyway?
You right about that, boss.
What about the health benefits? People use cannabis to better themselves every day.
That's what they say to get it legalized.
Right. It's legal now, so why are we still talking about it?
Oh, shut up, 8079. You know what we mean. I'm approaching satellite 87982, aka Blush Baby. I've acquired the target and I'm beginning my return to my. Ouch! What the hell was that?
We've got a meteor shower approaching. System says it's the lyrics. Get a meteor shower.
What? The lyrics isn't for another 2 months. That's why we came here now.
Precisely, Cap. You have T minus 20 seconds before impact.
Run, Captain, run!
Go, Captain, go! You're almost there, Captain! You're almost there!
Star Captain Blake Bryant to command. I've secured the satellite and I am headed home.
Great work, Captain Blake.
Affirmative. We'll see you soon, Captain. Command signing off.
That was close.
And on the next rumor mill,
Rumor has it.
we're gonna put some
Rumor has
words.
it.
We're gonna put some words in front of us. So we are doing a new segment. I am making up a name for as I say this, and it's gonna be called the rumor wheel
The rumor mill?
mill.
You said the rumor wheel.
I didn't commit. Again, it's the second time I didn't commit today.
It's okay.
Rumor has it.
You
I
had a
like
long
that
day.
better.
Yeah,
Rumor has it
okay.
better.
Rumor has it.
So I don't know any of these rumors.
Okay, I'm going to tell the rumors.
So I'm gonna react.
All right. Rumor number one was that J.Lo did not sing her own songs. I'm not talking like lip sync, like, oh, when she has backing vocals, her own vocals when she's on stage. She's just lip syncing there. No, we're talking about somebody else
Someone
sang the album.
is Jenny.
Somebody else sang all the vocals anytime she opened her mouth. I'm talking about a woman named Natasha Ramos, who said she only got paid $3,500 to do the "Don't Be Fooled by the Rocks That I Got. I'm still Jenny from the block." And she goes, "From the Bronx." And she says it exactly like J.Lo. She says it exactly like J.Lo because it is her voice. She told us, and we believe her. When you hear it, it's her. Okay,
I think
quick reaction.
That's
I'll play the next one.
true.
Yeah.
And I think
What emoji do you give?
I don't know. Oh yeah, definitely a
would
shock
be-
face for sure. I also think it's hilarious
Why is it hilarious?
because
that she's getting found out?
yeah, that she's getting found out. That's funny, but specifically because everyone's been like, yeah, J.Lo can't do this, J.Lo can't do that,
And it's
then we
like,
find out that she literally
she
wasn't
literally
doing
wasn't.
it.
People said she couldn't sing well, but now we found out
She wasn't.
she didn't sing
singing.
at all. Okay, the other rumor is that there's another woman who did it as well, and she was getting paid months on end, years on end to sing. We don't know her name, but it was something posted online in 2006. Okay? And it was saying, because it was an attorney, the payment stopped, and she was like, "I need to get my coin, y'all." And then this attorney wrote this online. It was like, I represented her, and it was for a big celebrity, and she didn't say who, but it sounded like J.Lo. Okay, the other thing is that, first of all, a lot of people, the biggest reason why I feel like this documentary did not do so well, honestly, the biggest reason, because it's like, okay, whatever, you could take it or leave it, is because people are coming out about how mean J.Lo really is.
Yeah.
I heard so many stories, okay, that were awful about how she treated people. And I've also heard that, I mean, just over the years anyway, but now it was coming out like in droves. And it's like, that's why people don't care, because they're like, you are not a nice person. I honestly believe if she was a nice person and just one of the people that people always say, like Keanu Reeves, so nice, that regardless of how good or whatever, people would like it more because they like her.
Absolutely.
Nobody likes her because they're saying she's not nice. She doesn't treat people well that she doesn't feel like aren't important. So what do you feel about that?
Also not surprised.
So that's my take.
I mean, I think that everyone needs to read Fame by Justine Bateman. Shameless plug. I want her to be a sponsor of the show. She's not even close to that.
Oh my gosh.
Because in the book, she talks about how she was really famous as a kid. And I believe it was on Growing Pains. I believe that's the show.
No, it wasn't on Growing Pains. It was a different name.
Is it Step by Step?
No, it was a show with Michael J. Fox. She played Michael
All
J.
in the
Fox's
Family?
sister. No, that's not the name of it either. I can't
Three's
remember.
Company?
Family Ties.
Family Ties. Wow. We was gonna get there, y'all. I know a lot of shows.
You do?
Anyway, so she talks about in the book how being famous is like going into a room expecting everyone to like stop what they're doing and make you the most important thing there. And she was saying that it was really uncomfortable for her because she didn't, like that kind of attention. And then as she got older, her face started to change physically. It just completely dissipated. So I feel with J.Lo and how she treats people, she has been famous for like God knows how long. And she surrounds herself with yes men and women. So if, let's say out of the year, right? Yeah. Let's say out of the year, she's with these people 365 days of the year. Benny and I think her name is Elaine.
Elaine, yeah.
So 365 days of the year, she knows that there are two people she will talk to that will say yes to her every day.
That's true. And there were a lot of other people.
And countless other people.
Countless other people.
So
all her friends were people that work for her. That's
so
never.
You're not a good sign.
That's never a good sign.
So because of that, I think she just got so. You train yourself, you teach yourself that you're most important if you are only around people that tell you that.
But also there are a lot of people who have been famous longer or just as long who aren't like that.
Well, I'm saying because she surrounds herself with yes men and women.
Oh, okay.
That's a key.
No one grounds her.
Yeah, that's a key point there.
I also think it's a little deeper than that, but I ain't a psychologist, so I can't say nothing.
I mean, of course it's deeper.
But
of course,
I think she has some traits that just
for sure
give way to being like very self-centered and absorbed, and only seeing people as commodities.
Yeah.
So.
So final thoughts. The other one was a fake out.
We watched the documentary twice now. And I will watch honestly, I don't mind watching it tonight if we can.
I will not.
The music video again.
Not me.
Because I like the visual aspect of it. It was very like, Nope. Reminded me of when I wanted to be a pop star, guys. I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to be a dancer. I auditioned for a lot of things. I auditioned for Pussycat Dolls, the part 2, the New Girls. I didn't get it.
I know desire to
but
do any of that.
I auditioned for a lot of things.
Not for me.
But it was cool because I was like kind of living like, oh, this is a pop star life, like through the musical thing, But
it's like, is anybody happy? I guess that's the last question for me. Because every time I see everything I learn about Hollywood, everyone that I'm like used to think that they just living the best life ever.
And then you find out they're like, I'm miserable.
Everyone is. So I'm like, yo, are the farmers happy? Is it just y'all?
Are the farmers?
Are y'all the only ones? Because they the most connected with nature. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm missing out.
I think happiness, it's hard. I feel like I'm genuinely happy now, but there are times when I'm definitely not. Like, happiness is it's
an experience.
Not temporary. Yes.
Yeah.
But joy, like overall, which is hard to explain, with your life and appreciation is like that's what makes you like joyful. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Sometimes you're going to be sad. You're not always going to be happy, but
Yeah.
it's about accepting that you will suffer. You taught me that.
Mm-hmm.
That everyone suffers and nothing you can do will stop suffering. And once you accept that and you just look for the bright spots, the silver linings, and just live truly authentic to yourself, then the happier you'll be. I'm the happiest I've ever been.
Me too.
Since like really falling in love with myself and then falling in love with you. Falling in love with our life and then accepting my life as it is and that, okay, I'm not a pop star, you know? But that doesn't mean that I need to be sad because I will never be a pop star. I mean, never, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a young teeny bopper.
Sia wasn't a young teeny bopper, and look at her popping star every day.
But you can say it's like
Just saying.
I can't base my happiness off of things that I want to happen. Like it's off of who I love, who I'm surrounding myself with, the things I love to do, the hobbies I have, the ways I impact people's lives, the joy I get from making someone laugh, from making someone smile, from performing. You know, it's like all those little things combined.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I know I joke a lot because it's fun. However, I see a fellow artist that never gave herself a chance to find her artistic voice. And now that she's trying to find it, it's been so many years of worrying about what other people will say when they hear it that she's afraid of fully expressing it. So for myself and my career and our career and whatever we're trying to do, I want us to keep in mind that our audiences are always going to ebb and flow. Like I said, I love y'all. I'm not going to say it again, but I love y'all.
Oh, gosh.
So remembering that at the end of the day, you and I are going to listen to these more and watch these more than any single person out there.
And hopefully our kids one day.
And our children's.
One day.
They will. We're going to force them to. It's part of being a part of this family. You must listen to at least a third
Oh my gosh.
of all the episodes.
Stop.
So I guess my last thing would be just, if you got an idea, whatever that idea is, put it out there. Because if you don't, then it just dies with you, and that's awkward. So put it out there.
And stand by it.
Stand by it.
And don't do it for approval.
Don't do it for
because
approval.
it's what you truly love and want to do.
Yeah. Because we love and want to do this show.
Yeah.
Even if y'all don't come
it's
back.
It's fun. Okay. You keep...
I keep saying it because I don't trust them. I've lost trust in the audience, okay? I don't trust y'all.
Why?
I don't.
A million people could be watching this at some point. And you're like, if y'all come back,
I don't know.
Well, if you don't trust them, they can't trust you.
That's a good point. That's valid. So maybe I won't come back. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's going to become a Cori show next. Okay. Too easy.
Welcome.
That's why we can't get nobody no spotlights.
That's for you people that want to make me a pop star.
We can't get nobody no spotlights because they are hogging them.
Welcome. And that's it, you guys. Have a good one.